status of cartoon episodes has been banned for controversial reasons. Shout out to Visual Venture. Let's get it, bro.
What happens when a cartoon causes panic, outrage, or even medical emergencies? It gets banned. Today we'll look at cartoon episodes banned for being too controversial. My goal this year is to give you guys double the amount of videos that I upload for you guys, but it's actually turning out to be a more daunting task than I realized because, you know, we're not some content farm or anything, but I am not going to give up, and it would really help if you subscribe so you do not
I'm locked, twin. I'm locked, twin. Trust.
miss any of our new videos, and I promise to do my best for you guys. I'm Visual Venture, and as always, you guys are awesome. Peppa Pig. In 2004, Peppa Pig released an episode called Mr. Skinny Legs. Kids loved it, but when parents saw it, they panicked because that episode told kids to do something that could be deadly. And this wasn't a small issue. Peppa Pig was influencing millions of children. Its official channel has over 40 million subscribers. It also has 30 billion views across 8,000 videos. So
that's just YouTube. Literally just YouTube.
Imagine how many kids watch it. Peppa Pig was made for preschoolers, and these kids are still learning how the world works. That means kids don't just watch Peppa, they copy her. So what dangerous lesson did this episode teach? In this episode, George finds a spider in the bathroom. Instead of running away, he picks it up.
George likes.
Oh, yeah. Like, I get the message if the bug is not dangerous, but you don't know which bugs are dangerous, bro.
The spider. The spider likes George.
George shows the spider to Peppa, but when she sees it, she panics.
You have to help me with the tea party.
Eventually, Daddy Pig comes to calm Peppa down. He calmly explains that spiders are very, very small and can't hurt you. So instead of getting rid of the spider, he encourages Peppa to befriend it. By the end of the episode, Peppa is about to have a tea party with the spider.
Mummy, Daddy, sit down. We are all going to have tea with Mr. Skinny Legs.
The message is straightforward. Kids shouldn't be scared of spiders because spiders are harmless. For most of the world, it was a reasonable lesson, but in Australia, it was unacceptable.
Oh, well, you could. I mean, yeah. Yeah, Australia is Australia. There's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can say. It's Australia. I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't step foot in that country. So like, any animal in that motherfucker, I'm good off of, because it's like, it seemed like they always double in size. So like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh God, GG to those kids, bro. Shit, I can't help you, bro.
Because Australian spiders aren't just scary, they're deadly.
Oh my God, you saw the fucking fangs on that bitch?
Australia, it was unacceptable. Because Australian spiders aren't just...
Look at the fucking fangs. Burn the forest now. Burn the forest now. Like... You know what I'm saying? Yeah, oh God, GG to them. Do not teach them kids that, actually.
Scary, they're deadly. Australia reports over 2,000 serious spider incidents every year. Some of the world's most...
Oh my God, bro, look at the fangs on that bitch.
Poisonous spiders live there. One bite from the wrong one can end a person in minutes. Telling kids to treat spiders like friends in this case was a very bad idea. Luckily, parents in Australia noticed the episode quickly. They went on a campaign to get it banned. Australia's public broadcasters, ABC and Nick Jr., were the first to ban the cartoon. They said it sent the inappropriate message that spiders are friendly and not to be feared. But they didn't stop there. Another Peppa Pig episode featuring the same spider character was also banned in Australia. It became an unofficial policy. No spider-friendly messages on Australian TV. If you know this next cartoon, you'd be surprised that it is surprisingly vulgar for what it's supposed to be. Dexter's Laboratory. Dexter's Laboratory was one of Cartoon Network's biggest shows. But people don't know.
That was my shit, bro. I was a Dexter's Laboratory fiend.
Oh, that one episode was loaded with so much profanity that it had to be buried. It's shocking because the concept of the show was so...
I probably saw it. I'm not even gonna...
innocent. Dexter's Laboratory was about Dexter, a boy genius with a secret lab under his bedroom. But one person made his life a living hell: his loud, annoying sister, Dee Dee. The series started in 1995, but just 2 years later, in 1997, they created the most offensive episode ever. The episode was titled Rude Removal, and as soon as you see the title card, you'll know there's a problem. Dee Dee flips the middle finger, and Dexter moons the camera. The story wasn't any better.
That's where that picture's from.
Dexter is fed up with Dee Dee's rude behavior, so he builds a machine to remove her behavior literally. He's going to zap
And it turns her into evil Dee. Okay.
the rudeness out of her.
This machine has the ability to remove and contain the most annoying personality trait known to man: rudeness.
But Dee Dee refuses to cooperate.
Oh yeah! You're the rude one, brother.
Dexter and Dee Dee fight and fall inside the machine together.
And it makes the rude version of those. Yeah, I think I remember this episode.
That's when it goes from bad to worse. The machine malfunctions. Instead of removing their bad behavior, the machine duplicates them.
Yep.
Now there's a polite Dexter and a polite Dee Dee. And there's a rude Dexter and a rude Dee Dee. And when I say rude, I mean vulgar.
Oh.
Let up, Ollie.
Yup, Nah, I deadass watched this here. I remember this episode. Yeah. Oh my god, I remember this episode.
Beats the crap out of me. Why, you're in Dexter's laboratory, silly.
The rude versions of Dexter and Dee Dee drop the F word over and over again.
Oh dear.
The episode was finished and ready to air on TV. The last step was Cartoon Network's approval. Executives watched the final cut and they were horrified. They banned the episode on the spot. They didn't even show it to a test audience. They just pulled it. Rude Removal never aired on TV, but animators mentioned it in interviews. But they had no footage
Bro.
to back up their claims.
Where did I see this then?
Years, fans assumed Rude Removal was just a rumor. Then in 2013, Cartoon Network broke the silence. They confirmed the episode was real, and they were going to put it online. Even after the announcement, some fans refused to believe it. They left comments like, "It doesn't exist. Prepare to be disappointed." When are you people gonna realize that Rude Removal doesn't
Bro, it's been on YouTube for a while. Bro, on God, I swear I saw that shit. It might have been YouTube. It might have been YouTube.
exist? But Cartoon Network wasn't bluffing. They uploaded the full episode online through
Adult Swim, got it.
Adult Swim. It was raw and uncensored, exactly as it was made in 1997.
Hey, watch where you're throwing that. Let's go.
The video went viral, and today you can find Rude Removal with a quick search on Google. Up next is a cartoon that played too much with the devil: Darkwing Duck. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, America was in the middle of something called the Satanic Panic. At the time, people believed that cults were trying to recruit and harm kids. One of the biggest fears was that TV shows were filled with hidden messages designed to
Illuminati.
lure children into the occult. And right in the middle of that satanic panic, Disney released a cartoon where a child made a deal with the devil. It went as badly as you'd expect.
Oh, wow.
The controversial episode aired in October 1992 on the Darkwing Duck TV show. Darkwing Duck followed Drake Mallard, a mild-mannered duck by day. But at night, he became a superhero called Darkwing. Each episode showed him fighting criminals while trying to raise his daughter, Gosselin. But one episode went in a direction no one expected. It was titled Hot Spells. In the story,
Never seen this
Gosselin
one.
visits a magic school. Almost immediately, she was bullied by the mean kids at school. Upset and alone, she wanders through the halls. That's when she meets the school janitor. But this isn't a normal janitor. For starters, he had a strange name.
Bring Yorick in, will you? The name's BLZ, Chief Custodian.
His name
BLZ.
is BLZ for Beelzebub. Now, Beelzebub isn't a made-up cartoon character. He's very real. In the Bible, he's Prince of Devils. In many other religions, Beelzebub is one of the 7 princes of hell. That
I
means
don't know
he's a
that.
very powerful and dangerous demon. So in this cartoon, the janitor is Beelzebub in disguise. He realizes that Gosselin is struggling and offers to help. He leads her into a secret library filled with forbidden spell books, and he convinces her to cast a spell. Gosselin Jocelyn reads from one of the books and casts a dark spell. She feels powerful. She thinks she's becoming a real magician. But there's one thing Beelzebub hasn't told her. Using that dark spell means she's drawing power from him. Without realizing it, Jocelyn just made a deal with the devil. Eventually, Beelzebub drops the disguise and reveals his true form.
Okay, where do you think your power came from, huh?
From there, the story gets more unsettling. Beelzebub tries to drag someone to hell. Darkwing tries to stop him. A lot happens, but in the end, they defeat Beelzebub.
The thing is, I feel like this probably would be more of a thing back then. I don't think it'd be a thing now. Because, nigga, Futurama, we got the robot devil. When we was watching Cow and Chicken, that nigga was the devil. Bro, the devil was in every fucking episode. I don't think it'd be much of a thing now. I don't know if this would be, like, yeah, it's a little crazy. It's a little on edge, but it's still, the devil doesn't look that scary. It's kind of like a cartoonish. And nigga gets beat in the end, you know what I'm saying? Like, hero. I don't think it'd really be a problem now. But the religion was very big back then.
It was obviously a weird story, but somehow Disney approved it and it aired on TV. The backlash was instant. The moment it aired, phone lines
Well, because Disney, you know, never mind.
at ABC lit up. Parents were furious. They saw a little girl gaining power by making a deal with a demon. To them, the cartoon made it look like working with the devil had rewards. During the height of satanic panic, that message was explosive. Many parents already believed TV was pushing kids toward the occult. Now they felt like they had proof. ABC panicked. Disney pulled the...
You know what's so crazy? They felt like TV was pushing their kids towards being, like, bad and towards the devil, but they would sit their kids in front of the TV. Like, I hate to say it, like, just like this generation's iPad kids, nigga, I was a TV kid. Nigga, a lot of the parents didn't know what the fuck to do, and they were fighting demons with these, with fucking, the fucking economy and all that shit going. Your mom would buy cable. Hey, sit in front of the TV, watch this TV real quick while I go handle this or do this. Or, you know what I'm saying? It was easier to sit us down in front of the TV and there's something beyond, just like it is easy to give your kid an iPad. Now, on TV, it was a lot more regulated than handing your kid an iPad. No cap. Because certain shit would be on TV and you could find those, you know what I'm saying? You could find those channels. I'm not gonna lie. They were easy to find. But even still, it wouldn't be like no crazy shit. Like the iPad kids are like, they're running rampant. Like they're seeing way too much overly sexual shit, especially for kids with iPads and shit like that. Hey, fucking, what was the name of that shit? What's the name gate? Elsa Gate or some shit like that. Like that shit, it gets weird. But like shit like that wouldn't be on YouTube.
Episode the very next day. They refused to rerun it, sell it, or stream it anywhere. The only copies that exist today are the ones people recorded on VHS the night it aired. This next cartoon has been banned for nearly 100 years.
100 years?
Mickey Mouse. In the 1920s, Mickey Mouse cartoons followed the same pattern. Mickey got into trouble. He found a way out. Everything ended on a happy note. That formula made Mickey Mouse a hit from the late 1920s into the early 1930s. Then Disney made a mistake. They broke the pattern. And what they created was so disturbing that theaters refused to show it. It became one of the first cartoons ever banned. The controversial cartoon came out in 1933. It was titled The Mad Doctor. The cartoon begins with Mickey waking up to strange noises. His dog Pluto is crying because he's being kidnapped by a hooded figure. The kidnapper drags the dog through the woods. It's a scary scene with wind, thunder, and lightning. Pluto is taken into a dark castle. Inside, the hooded figure removes his cloak. It's the Mad Doctor, a crazy scientist obsessed with animal experiments. And he kidnapped Pluto for his next experiment. The doctor plans to cut off Pluto's head, sew it onto a chicken's body, and see if the creature can lay eggs that hatch into puppies. Yeah, that's the actual plot of a Mickey Mouse cartoon. In the lab, Pluto and a chicken are strapped to operating tables. The experiment is about to begin. Meanwhile, Mickey races through the castle to rescue his dog, but it's a trap. The Mad Doctor captures Mickey and ties him down. Then he lowers a massive buzzsaw toward Mickey's body. He wants to chop Mickey in half. Mickey can't break free. Then just before it's too late, Mickey wakes up. It was all a dream. Mickey is in his bedroom and Pluto is safe. The dog runs into Mickey's arms. So why on earth did Disney make such a terrifying cartoon? Well, they said it was supposed to be a tribute to classic horror movies like Frankenstein.
But that's really really not that bad though. That's really that. I don't know. Well, it's the 1930s. They were just, I don't know.
But viewers didn't care about the tribute. They only cared about how disturbing it felt. Back in the early 1930s, most people didn't have TV sets at home, so cartoons like Mickey Mouse were shown in theaters. Theaters in the US were the first to see The Mad Doctor, and they disliked it so much that many flat out refused to play it. The theaters said it looked too scary for kids. Some other countries felt the same. In the UK, the Board of Film Censors banned it. Then Germany banned it too. Clearly people didn't love this cartoon. After that, The Mad Doctor...
If Germany banned it, then, you know, because y'all... Never. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make that joke. It was a lob. I had to catch it. Sorry.
It disappeared. Disney put it aside and stopped promoting it. But it didn't disappear forever. For some reason, folks at Disney didn't set up the copyright for The Mad Doctor properly, and that copyright error allowed it to slip into the public domain. That's why today you...
Yeah. Literally, bro, this version of Mickey Mouse became public domain and niggas went rampant, bro.
You can find The Mad Doctor on YouTube. It's one of the few Mickey cartoons you can legally watch for free. This next cartoon was so disturbing, it never even made it to the screen. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2003. If you grew up in the 2000s, you probably watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The show followed 4 turtle brothers who fight crime. It was action-packed and perfect for kids, but in 2005, one episode pushed the show into nightmare territory. It was titled Insane in the Membrane, and it centered around one character, Baxter Stockman. Baxter started out as a genius scientist, but he worked for Shredder, the Turtles' main enemy. Every time Baxter failed, Shredder punished him with surgery. Each failure cost him a part of his body. By the time this episode begins, Baxter isn't even human. He's just a brain.
Didn't CJ cover this part?
And a spine floating inside a glass tank. But Baxter refuses to give up. He wants to rebuild his body. However, a friend warns him about the dangers. Rebuilding a body from scratch could damage his mind. Baxter doesn't care. He's a genius, and he finds a way to clone a new version of himself. And at first it works perfectly. He can walk, he can speak, he feels human again. Then his new body starts to...
Oh wait, you know what? Is that all in one episode? Because I don't think CJ covered this part.
Fall apart, literally. His skin, his fingers, and his face begin to disintegrate. As his body decays, so does his mind.
This experiment is a catastrophe!
By the end of the episode, Baxter has completely lost his mind. It no longer feels like a kid's cartoon. It feels more like a psychological horror. The Ninja Turtles cartoon was rated TVY
7? I ain't gonna lie, that's very traumatizing for it. Yo, there's been some episodes of some things that I've seen, and I can't even remember when I was that young. I can't even remember what I fully saw, but I know, like, thinking about what that did to me gives me the ick. Legit shit. Like, there's this episode of Rugrats, and I can't remember the episode. I can't remember what happened, but this nigga, Tommy Pickles, bro. Tommy Pickles got a cut on his leg, right? And stuffing came out of it in that I don't know what episode, I don't know how old I was, but that shit scarred me, and to this day it gives me the ick. Like, I can't, it rubbed me the wrong way, bro. Some of them Courage the Cowardly Dog episodes, so that shits like that can really traumatize and stick with a nigga. Bro, when I was watching Rugrats, I was fucking 4 or less. I don't remember shit from the ripe age of, probably my memory started when I was like 5, 6. That's when I can start remembering things. That shit, I know I was younger than 5 or 6 when I seen that. And I can still remember that vividly, but that's it. That's how traumatizing that shit was for me. So yeah, I don't know. 7 seems crazy, bro. 7 seems crazy.
7. That means the show is designed for kids over age 7. This episode went far beyond that rating. It showed a mental breakdown and emotional torment. It was extreme even for adults. Fox executives watched the final cut before it aired. They were reportedly horrified. They said there was no way they could air the episode, and that was it. The Insane in the Membrane episode vanished. But not completely. It didn't air in the United States, but a few months later, it quietly aired in the UK. Fans recorded the episode on VHS tapes and uploaded it onto the internet. That's how it began to spread. Over time, Insane in the Membrane became a legend. It was a banned Ninja Turtles episode that most fans couldn't find. Nearly a decade later, in August 2015, Nicktoons finally aired it in the US. This was its first official broadcast, but the cartoon in our next chapter aired before it got banned, and it triggered one of the messiest controversies in kids' TV.
Talk to me.
Tiny Toon Adventures. Tiny Toon Adventures was about the adventures of young cartoon
like
characters.
Tunes,
They lived in the same world as Bugs Bunny.
It's like, it's not baby Looney Tunes, but it's not regular Looney Tunes.
Bunny, Daffy Duck, and Porky Pig. Like most cartoons, it tried to teach kids important lessons. But in 1991, the show picked a very sensitive topic: alcohol. They wanted to show children the dangers of drinking.
Please, bro, wait. I don't know if my brain is remembering something else, but I might have seen this.
But the way they handled it made the episode extremely disturbing. The episode was part of a 3-story special called Elephant Issues. One of those segments was titled One Beer, and it got straight to the point. It opens with Buster Bunny, Plucky Duck, and Hampton Pig hanging out inside a house. These 3 cartoon characters are kids. They open the fridge and look at their options.
Juice, milk, soda, or a cold one.
They find a bottle of beer and debate whether to drink it.
Buster, this isn't like you. I know, but in this episode, we're showing the evils of alcohol.
Oh my god.
Eventually, they gulp it down. Just one beer. Within seconds, they're stumbling around. Because of the alcohol, they're not thinking straight, so they steal a police car. If that isn't bad enough, they drive the car straight off a cliff. There's a huge explosion. The next shot shows the 3 of them floating
I think I remember. I think I remember this
up
episode.
into heaven. That's the whole story. One drink, one car crash, one trip to the afterlife. Before it ends, the characters make sure the audience hears the lesson, just in case some didn't get it.
I hope the kids got the message. Yeah, drinking's uncool. So do we get to do a funny episode tomorrow? I hope so.
The creator of the show later explained what they were trying to achieve. He said the segment was a parody of old public service announcements, the kind that used over the top to scare kids straight. But parents didn't see it as a parody, and they didn't feel like the lesson about alcohol made sense. To them, it was a shocking story where everyone dies in the end. After the episode aired, angry parents bombarded the network with complaints. Cartoon characters getting wasted, crashing a cop car.
All right, overly sensitive. Like, I get it. But like there is, bro, nigga, this is, hear me out. I get it. Listen, I get it. But I was learning this same shit in Dare. I was learning this same shit in the Dare program. Nigga, they made us put on drunk goggles and drive a fucking golf cart. You don't teach your kids these stuff. But then when shows try to teach them, you be like, oh man, they try to teach my kids. I want to teach my kids. But then you never teach your kids. And then we have drunk drivers out here. We got niggas who are getting behind the wheels of cars. Niggas think that fucking, that shit is cool. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And passing away wasn't suitable for kids. Fox had no
Niggas don't die? Passing away wasn't suitable for kids. It didn't show gruesome. It showed them going to heaven. There's some kids that dealt with fucking death at the ripe age of 5 and 6, not knowing what the fuck is going. Please get the fuck out of here, bro. Death is a thing that happens to everybody. Get the fuck out of here. Yo, bro. I get trying to shelter your kids, but overly sheltering them would lead them to not be able to deal with the real world and things happening, bro.
choice. They banned the episode. It never aired in the United States again. Fox Kids also removed it from syndication. That means that other channels couldn't buy the rights to show it anymore. It wasn't even on VHS or DVD collections. The goal was to erase One Beer completely, but some viewers recorded it the night it aired in 1991. Years later, that VHS copy made its way into the internet. That's the only reason we can still watch One Beer today. Kids' cartoon characters losing their lives is bad, but this next episode allegedly caused a real-life tragedy.
Whoa.
Beavis and Butt-Head.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie. They were too powerful. They were very influential in their cartoon. Them niggas was too I ain't gonna lie. Them niggas was, bro, they had me, bro, I was a kid. T-shirt over my head. I am Bungholio. Like that, bro. Too influential, bro. I don't know how this person died or what happened and shit like that, but I do get why they could have followed suit in regards to what the fuck Beavis and Butthead was doing. Because I didn't follow suit in what everything they did, but I was for sure influenced by this motherfucker. I cannot cap, bro.
A scene in a cartoon was blamed for costing someone their life, and that cartoon is still popular today. Beavis and Butt-Head. Beavis and Butt-Head is about two dumb teenagers who cause chaos wherever they go. When they aren't out causing trouble, they're sitting on the couch binge watching TV. The jokes on the show were edgy, the kind of humor teenagers love. But in 1993, one episode pushed things too far. It was titled Comedians. The Comedians episode begins like any other. Beavis and Butt-Head are watching TV, laughing at whatever comes on. They see a stand-up comedian on screen, and they're inspired. Suddenly, they decide they want to be comedians too. Most people would write jokes or practice before going on stage. But Beavis and Butt-Head don't think that far ahead. They head out to a local comedy club with no preparation.
Faces,
once they're on stage, the disaster begins. Butt-Head goes first.
What's green and red and goes 100 miles an hour? A frog in a blender. Get it?
Nobody laughs. He tries other jokes, but the crowd boos and kicks him off stage. Beavis goes next. His jokes also fail. People walk out in frustration. In his desperation, Beavis does something reckless. He sets the newspapers on fire and starts juggling. And then the club burns to the ground.
Oh my
That was
God.
a joke. He played with fire and burnt down a building. It was supposed to be another edgy joke, but this time it didn't stay a joke. 1 month later, a 5-year-old boy from Ohio found a lighter in his family's mobile.
Out of everything I've seen in that episode, bro, you can. All right, that yo, this is kind of on the parents. This is, bro. First of all, why is your 5-year-old watching Beavis and Butthead, right? However, this is for like, yeah, it showed him how to light it on fire, yeah. But the fact that your kid has access, bro, you can look at that. You can look up a camping video and see how to. Oh, this is what I can light this on fire, niggas, bro. Camping videos, cooking videos, all of that, bro. This shit is wildly nigga. Some people was probably even doing, bro. When niggas was doing when they were grilling before they had like the famous ass the fancy ass gas grills and shit, and they had the charcoal shits. Niggas was lighting newspaper on fire and throwing it in there to start the fire. As adults. What? All right, bro. I don't know. It's just certain blamings. Like, I get it. It showed the kid, but blaming certain things on episodes is kind of crazy. Instead of being a parent, it's like...
home. He started playing with it and the fire broke out. By the time it was over, his sister was gone. She was only 2. The tragedy shocked the country, but what came next shocked people even more. The victim's mother claimed her son loved watching Beavis and Butt-Head. Reporters connected the house fire to the
Oh, brother. We don't even know that's why the kid... Bro, the kid maybe even never saw that episode. We don't even know if that's the exact reason why the kid used the lighter. Kids can never see a fucking gun on the TV, see a gun in the house, and fucking pull the trigger. What are we... Oh, brother.
Episode Comedians. They figured that the cartoon taught the boy to play with fire. In other words, they were blaming Beavis and Butt-Head for the tragedy. The media ran with the story.
Of course they
Suddenly,
did.
Beavis and Butt-Head wasn't just crude, it was dangerous. Even the town's fire chief spoke out. He said, if you get these cartoon characters saying it's fun to play with fire, this is going to stick in that kid's mind. MTV went into crisis mode. They removed every fire-related scene from the show. Even old episodes were re-edited. Beavis had a catchphrase, fire, fire.
Fire, fire.
MTV cut it out completely. They changed it to Fryer Fryer. They also pushed Beavis and Butt-Head to a later time slot. Then they added a new disclaimer before every episode, warning kids never to imitate Beavis and Butt-Head. But the backlash kept growing. It still felt like MTV hadn't done enough, so the network banned the Comedians episode completely. It never aired on TV again. When the episode finally came out on DVD, the fire scene was cut. The original version survived only because fans taped it when it was first aired. scared. But there's a final twist in this story. So remember the kid who started the fire in the trailer? He grew up, and years later in 2008, he revealed the truth. He said his family never had cable. They couldn't afford it. So he couldn't have watched Beavis.
You know what I think that was, chat? I think that was in the time where a lot of people were trying to sue big companies for a payout. And that's why she said the Beavis and Butt-Head with hopes that they could possibly run the bro, nigga, everybody was suing big companies in America around that time. That's probably why. She thought she can get that shit off. Get some money out of it. No, nigga, your son just burned down the house, bro. There's nothing we can do about that, bro.
And Butt-Head. But why did his mother lie? He said she made it up because she had substance issues and wanted attention. But the worst revelation was this. After the fire started, his mom called a news station before calling the fire department. By the time anyone
That bitch is evil, bro.
learned the truth, it didn't matter. For years, people blamed Beavis and Butt-Head for the tragedy. The damage was done. The next episode on this list is banned everywhere on Earth. That's how bad it is. Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Cartoons aren't supposed to send kids to the emergency room, but in 1997, one episode of Pokemon did exactly that. To understand how that happened, you need to know the characters on the show. I mean, I assume you know them already, but just in case. The series followed a boy named Ash Ketchum. He traveled the world catching magical creatures called Pokemon. His favorite was Pikachu. Pikachu was like a yellow mouse that could generate bursts of electricity. In almost every episode, Pikachu battled other Pokemon as they traveled, and during one of those battles, the problem happened. The episode was titled Electric Soldier Porygon. It was first aired in Japan in December 1997. In the episode, Ash and his friends meet a strange Pokemon named Porygon. It's a creature made entirely of data. Eventually, Ash and his friends bump into the bad guys on the show, Team Rocket.
Team Rocket! The Pokemon Center is in panic because of you guys. Stop it right now!
They get into a fight, and during the battle, Pikachu releases an electric blast. That moment created a crisis for viewers. To animate Pikachu's power, the studio used bright red and blue flashing lights. The lights flickered rapidly, faster than the eye could handle. This is a scene with the flashing removed. The scene lasted just a few seconds, but the effects were instant. Across Japan, kids watching the episode began collapsing. Some had seizures, some passed out, others struggled to breathe. Paramedics raced from home to home. Hospitals couldn't keep up. The press called it Pokemon shock. By the end of the night,
685. Oh my god. 685 kids, dude. Jesus.
185 kids were hospitalized, all because of one scene in a cartoon. Pokemon was pulled from TV immediately. The show didn't return for 4 months. Even the government got involved. Japan introduced new rules restricting flashing lights in cartoons. Electric Soldier Porygon was banned worldwide. It never officially aired anywhere again. This episode holds the Guinness World Record for most seizures caused by a TV broadcast.
That's so fucking childish. That is so fucking childish, bro. What are we doing? Yeah. Anybody gonna try to beat this record? You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't got the world record for sending kids to the hospital though. I got the world record for that. You trying to beat my record, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like what?
It even became a pop culture reference. In one episode of The Simpsons, the family visits Tokyo. They turn on the TV and Bart asks,
Isn't this that cartoon that causes seizures?
Oh
it was funny, but the real event was tragic. For hundreds of viewers, that Pokemon episode was the most dangerous cartoon ever broadcast. My friends, if you see something inappropriate for kids online, report it. Especially now with the internet being so much more advanced than many of these cartoons. Because you never know. That could make a bigger difference in a kid's life than you think. Visual Venture.
W video. Shout out Big Visual Venture, bro.